Power 105.1 New York Hip Hop and R&B. If you're just joining us, Giveon is here for the first time. Yay!
First ever.
With his fly chains. I really like those.
Thank you.
And you know this studio.
I know this studio. I love this studio, and it's surreal to be here.
Because you watch interviews. Nobody comes in and tells me that. People.
I don't know why. The interviews
They
is
do,
one of the,
but like not as detailed as
I know,
you just
I
did.
started ain't going off. I just went right into it.
You said you watched the Pop Smoke interview.
Yeah, I watch her interviews too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nyla.
Yeah.
That's my young Nyla over
Oh
there.
yeah. I love
How's
it.
she doing?
She's good.
Okay, good.
She's good.
He's an interview critic,
critic,
so
right?
he'll know if your interview's trash or not. So wait, so you watched Pop, which was a great one, right?
Yes.
Were
Really
you a
good
Pop
one.
fan before, or
Yeah,
you just
for sure.
okay?
He was doing a small venue in L.A. in March 18th specifically, and I used to just count the days to that show, and it was going to be at a venue called the Roxy. It's only 500 person capacity, which he could clearly do a way bigger venue, and I was just excited because it was going to be like real Pop Smoke fans there, just like saying every word, and then it happened right before.
Ugh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Are you one of those? Like, could you say all the words to certain songs?
No, not all.
Okay, okay. Because I was
I
about to
barely
be
know my own
crazy
words.
impressed. But
Yeah.
you're like a fan.
I'm a fan of just music and artists and just
I love
culture.
that.
Yeah.
I love that. You watched the J. Cole interview.
Yes, in that interview, he said something in there that really changed my life. So pretty much, he said
Let me see if I could guess.
it would.
Is
Okay,
it about being
artist.
being?
It's about
what?
songwriting, though.
Tell me what
Yeah, I
what
should
was
put
it?
He said he like obviously writes stories from his perspective, but sometimes he pulls from other people's stories, so that way he never runs out of stories to tell.
I don't even remember that part.
I was watching it religiously.
You never know what people connect to.
Like, yeah,
You
because
just
that'd
never
be like
know
a
what are the
random
moments.
So, and that just helped me be able to tell stories. Just that concept.
Have you ever met him?
No, I never met him.
You got to tell him that when you meet
I
him.
know I am.
He's
I'm
due
like,
for another.
all right.
He's due for another one. So then, how do we, being this your first interview, as somebody who watches interviews and knows interviews,
Yeah.
what are we gonna do today? How are we gonna make sure that our interview will give somebody what the J. Cole interview gave to you?
That's actually crazy. I didn't even think of it that way. I was just approaching it like, so just because of the way my songs sound, everyone thinks I'm just walking around dragging my feet.
Are you sad?
Not at all.
Are you sad right now?
No.
Do you have a broken heart right now?
No, I'm better.
But you did at one point.
Yes, because the way I treat it is it's therapeutic, right? So right when I go through it, I'll write a song about it or something within like the next week or next day.
Yeah.
As a form of therapy to just get it out, and then I end up being fine.
But it says a lot about you as an artist that people think that's you. Wow, I felt him on that, so he must really be going through it.
Yeah, I do go through it, and I think it's because of the relatability in the song. It feels so real, and you can't make that up. The way I write it, it's like you can't just make that up.
So where does this? I gotta get to know you because we're just meeting for the first time. Because it's not common that men always could be so comfortable being vulnerable and saying, "Oh, I was going through it. Oh, I was heartbroken."
Right.
Sometimes they try to posture.
They try,
and then but you don't do that. Where does that come from?
I think it has to. I had to have gotten that soft touch from my mom. Yeah. Because the house was full of boys. And I kind of used it as an outlet. So because the house was full of boys, I had to be that way in the house. And I would use my music as an outlet to really just kind of express it and be soft and just really tell that story because I felt like I wouldn't be able to say it in person. So it's just like a diary approach, really.
But are you an emotional man? I guess is what I'm asking.
Am I an emotional man?
Yes.
Yes.
You have to kind of be, right, to make this
yes,
music?
I'm emotional. I don't know if I outwardly just show it. Like I'm like, it's like I'll feel it, but I wouldn't. It depending on who I'm around, I'm not gonna just show it. But then I'll go run to a diary or a notepad or a notebook or something. Yeah. And that's why I'm emotional.
And you're writing all your music?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Definitely. Well, I don't know. Sometimes people collaborate.
No, because I'm saying it's like I've been to a point where I'm like, my mind is exhausted, but the song is there already. And like, especially when you're working on a body of work, like this is my first time 15 songs straight. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I have the stories, but I want to make sure I'm not saying the same thing over and over. And it's just like,
all the stories, real stories?
Yeah. True
all
stories.
of them are true?
Yeah, true stories.
Literal?
For sure.
Huh. I found interesting the dialogue with where you framed it around conversations with your mom.
Yeah, so
which is not what I would have imagined this album came from.
Yeah, so really the concept is just me having that conversation with my mom. Like, I wanted it to feel like I was saving these stories for like 18 months because that's how long I've been working on it. It's like 2 years. And then I finally just really had a talk with her. And so when we text, sometimes she doesn't feel like texting. So she'll send a voice message or a voice memo. And whenever voice you hear from her on the album, it's just a compilation of what she's been sending me for the past 2 years.
That's so cute.
And she didn't know she was on the album until I played it all the way through.
Oh.
So she was just like, oh. And she was like crying in the whole thing.
Oh.
You know what moms do.
I mean, that's pretty great. I'm a mom, so I get it.
Yes.
I get it. I don't have an artist child, but but if he made an album and put me on it, I would love that.
Just all at once.
So tell me a story. So you, California.
Yes, born and raised in Long Beach, California.
Long Beach.
I went to the same high school as Snoop Dogg.
I was going to say the only visual I have in my mind when you say that is like
Snoop, West Coast rap.
Yeah, like that's all. Is that what the experience was for you?
100%.
Really?
Yeah. I grew up on the same street. I grew up on 21st Street. And he grew up on 21st Street as well.
But not at the same time.
Not at the same time. Snoop was very rich by the time I was.
Right. Right.
But no.
But is his house still there? Is it still like.
Well, I don't know if it was a house or it was just probably like some apartment or something.
Yeah.
But and the culture was very much that.
Really?
I think the reason I'm not that obviously is because my mom sheltered us as much as possible. But and I also just seeked like information. I was always like just like artsy and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've never been, but that's the only image I have in my mind. It's really like that.
That's kind of a thing I want to bring to Long Beach. Wow, we're very that. It's just
what is that like?
It's just very like Crip walking. Yeah. OT Genesis, Vince Staples. We're very much that, but we do have a sense of duality though. It's not just all that. It's very perform at Coachella with a glass of wine and sing Frank Sinatra as well.
So I saw that in one of the things that one of the bios or something, that Frank Sinatra.
For sure.
Is it?
Heavy influence.
Where does that come from? And
so,
why?
So
I love a good Frank Sinatra song. It just feels so like timeless and like
yeah. And it's just like suave.
The writing is good, simple but good.
And so for me it was an accident. So I my voice just went low after I think 8th grade. And I was just like, oh, it's a rap. Like, my voice, I sound weird.
Oh,
like,
so you thought you couldn't sing no more?
Yeah, I thought I couldn't sing at all.
What does it sound like before?
It was more higher. Like, it was just like a higher
Ralph
pitch.
Like, what were you giving?
It was. Okay, I'm not gonna say like Young Michael because it wasn't that high, but it was like lower than that. It's like a kid who's like, I'm trying to think of younger singers at that time. I don't even know.
Yeah. Okay.
But so voice dropped. I thought it was over. So I was just writing, just stories, not even just songs. I was just writing stories. And then I did this program with the Grammy Museum in downtown LA. They take inner city kids and they teach them music education, music history, and all that. And they told me I should go look up a song, and I looked it up on YouTube. I have no CDs or nothing. And the song was "Fly Me to the Moon" by Frank Sinatra.
Woo! And you bodied that.
I think I did.
Yes.
And then, but that was my first time hearing what's called a baritone singer. And I was my eyes just lit up, and all of my confidence in my voice just came right back. So then I started to take a deep dive, and I ended up on like Barry White, Bobby Caldwell, Nat Nat King Cole, just like 60s swing jazz era and aesthetic, but just like a kid from Long Beach. And like, how can I make that me?
I love that.
Yeah.
And did your mother did she know you had this talent? Did your family know?
My mom knew for sure. She sorry.
It's okay. We be knowing.
She so she would play songs around the house while she cleaned. Right? And one thing about her is when she likes a song, she just plays it over and over. It's annoying.
What's the song?
So she was playing a lot of Denise Williams, Silly of Me, Free.
Oh, that's super high.
It's like high. But because of that, hearing the song almost every day, I started to mumble it. And then I started to learn the words.
Can you sing that song?
Definitely not anymore.
No, right?
Oh, my God.
I was going to say, how do you get that high?
What? I was just like, impossible. She sings so high. So then I would just like start to sing. But that it wouldn't be that song. That was just an example of like what type of song she was playing. She would play Sade and stuff like that too. And then I would just start to sing along. And she noticed that I could like stay in key or whatever. So then she would just show off. Every next family birthday, family event, she'll have me just singing.
For the family?
For the family.
And were you shy or you just
I was annoyed. Because I just wanted to jump in the bounce house.
Yeah.
Like, I got pulled away from all my cousins and I had to sing. I had to perform for free at that.
Of course. She believed, though.
She did.
She must be so proud and so excited.
She is so weirded out because she don't understand the concept of what is happening because there's no nepotism involved at all.
Yeah.
There wasn't any resources or connection. She just woke up one day and I didn't really tell my dreams to anybody because I didn't want anyone to try to shut it down. So no one knew until it was already happening. So everyone was just confused.
And then how did it happen?
I would just, as far as like working on my craft, I would just work on it silently.
Oh, got it.
I would just work on it for years and years and years and get it to a point where I thought I was ready. And then it didn't really happen until recently. My managers found me as a server, a bubblegum shrimp company.
Not Bubba Gumps.
I'm sick of that place.
Can you still eat shrimp now? Or you just shrimped out?
I could definitely eat shrimp. I could definitely eat
Bubba
shrimp.
Gump's not bad. I feel like I've eaten there. I feel like I had one at the airport. There's one at maybe the Bahamas or something. I think this one.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think I just was having it too much.
Yeah, of course. That's the worst thing you could do. Wait, so you're working at Bubba Gump, and what happens? Give me the story. I'm sure people have heard it. But
I mean, at this point, I was just like, I think I put a song on SoundCloud, and it was just, I promise you, it didn't have no more than 1,000 plays. And they reached out, and they just heard the tone. It had nothing to do with.
What song was it?
It was a song I have called Vanish. It's not even one of my bigger songs. And it was just like, oh, yeah.
They just found it and called you?
They found it.
Because that doesn't happen.
It doesn't, I guess.
Did you believe them?
Yeah. Because I met him, and I was in person, and then I was just like, it was just instant. You could just feel it. But also, I could have been wrong. But I was just lucky enough to have extremely genuine people around me. I think that's a tragedy of it. Sometimes the people just run into the wrong people at the wrong time. Yeah. And no matter how talented you are, it's just like.
Yeah, no, that could ruin. It could ruin. It could ruin everything.
Yeah, so that's I'm just.
Good. You seem to have a good team. Like they rolled you out nice, and it's just like. I don't know.
Even besides that, it's just integrity. So much integrity. I was so ready to get out of Bubba Gump that they could have put anything in front of me, and I probably would have been like, okay, yeah, let's do it. But it's nothing like that.
They didn't do you dirty.
At all.
So when you were at Bubba Gump, this is not long ago, right? How long ago is this?
2018 or something like that.
Okay, so 4 years ago, you're working at Bubba Gump. Do you have a girlfriend? At Bubba Gump?
Not when I started, but yeah, I was on and off again, yeah.
Did she see this for you?
You know what? I don't think I even ever asked that directly to know. Like, there was never an objection of, like, get a real job.
Right.
So I'm just going to say, yeah, I think so.
You think she saw it?
Yeah. She wasn't like, what are you doing?
But it didn't work out, though.
No, definitely didn't. No.
Is it on one of the songs?
It's on a lot of the songs.
Yeah. Is it the one that we all know about? Or that's because we know about one?
No, it's not.
That's later.
No.
You weren't dating her at Bubba Gump?
No, absolutely not. I'm just a private person too. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, I've just meeting certain people and seeing how public their lives are.
Yeah.
And how it's too late. There's no backtracking. I just feel bad. And I'm just like, man, as much just privacy that I could hold on to, I'll try.
You want to do it.
Yeah, that's why you'll never really see me.
So how do we even know some of your business at this point? How does that happen?
Not through me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you'll never really hear me say too much, unless it's in a song.
I was gonna say, unless it goes bad. So if anybody dates you, are they subject to being a song? Yes.
Yes, for sure. Definitely.
So just know that going in.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Sorry.
So wait, what happened at BET?
So BET, it feels like not too long ago.
It wasn't too long. It was a couple days ago. 2 days ago, 3 days ago.
No, BET, I was so excited to perform there.
Mm-hmm.
Still grateful that I got to, obviously. They gave me my first award, really, Best New Artist.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when we got the call, I was like excited and ready to go. So then, everything was fine. I think it was a technical difficulty, and it's kind of hard to explain if you don't understand the concept of effects and
help me with this though, because as a viewer, I'm watching, and sometimes I feel like people are harsh on people because so there's people that I know can sing.
Yeah.
And they're having a hard time for whatever reason. They sound out of key or they sound whatever. And so I'm like, well, what's happening with the audio?
Right.
So what is happening? Because somebody who doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Is that what happened to you, by the way?
Exactly. Yeah. Like it was like a technical. So to try to break it down in the simplest way that I could possibly
Please share.
The song that I was singing is in the key of B. And the mic that was given to me was in the key of G.
How does a mic have a key?
So there's multiple. The thing with award shows is there's multiple performers, so there's set mics to whatever they have with theirs. So in my mic, I use this thing called reverb. So it's like if I go boo, it travels. It goes boo. Right. So I guess my mic had the wrong settings. Something got shifted up. So instead of me having like my reverb that like adds that like, just haunting Giveon sound, essentially, it gave me a mic that someone had set for the key of G, right? So even if I'm singing the entire song in B, which I was and which the song was in, it's going to come out as G. So trying to sing a song in G while the song is in B, while you're singing in B,
while you're on live TV,
is a disaster waiting to happen.
What's going on in your head when this is happening?
I'm just like, what? Because I thought I was hearing it wrong. So I tried to like push it in my ear more to hear, and I was like, oh yeah, this is just in G. So then I'm just like, okay. But then in the moment, I'm like, it's so obvious and apparent that it's a technical difficulty. So I just pushed through the rest of my set like, it's fine. Everybody will know that was clearly a technical. I don't even sound human.
Right.
I sound robotic. So then I get off the stage, and it was definitely not.
Social media kicked in?
It was definitely not received as a technical
What were they
difficulty.
saying? Tell me the worst thing you saw.
Well, personally, I'm extremely. I really don't use it.
Yeah.
So I didn't really see, I don't really see much because I don't look.
Mm-hmm.
But
they told you.
I think there was just the worst it was he missed a note. I think that's the worst. But even if it was that, okay.
Right. It happens.
And me personally, I downplay everything so much.
Yeah.
Because I just told you my story of how I got here.
Right.
Like, I'm a server. I remember my bank account being negative 500.
Mm-hmm.
Me complaining about missing a note, which didn't happen, or a technical difficulty, is really just not that serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I just feel like some stuff are blown out of proportion.
Yeah. But as an artist, I would imagine it's frustrating. No?
Extremely. I probably stormed out like, but then like literally like 2 minutes later, I'm like, bro, what? You never care about stuff like this.
Yeah.
I had to like remind myself of who I was, but nah, I mean, it's frustrating, but it's also, it's going to happen.
Yeah, but then you got on social media and you said you was being sabotaged.
Yeah, but I thought people was going to take that as a joke. I put like laughing.
You were joking?
Yeah, I was joking. I don't think like someone was back there like, and ruin it now. Like, nah, it's coming. The note is coming. Yeah, like, and then just like, got him.
Right.
Like, no, I was just playing, but it's just the internet is so.
It's a very strange place. Like, I remember when Beyonce, when she did the national anthem, and then everybody was like, they found out she lip synced, and everybody was like, oh, she lip synced the national anthem. And then she went to the press conference. Remember that? Mm-hmm. And she went to the press conference, and then she was going to answer questions about the fact that and then she sang it, and then it was like, we know she can sing. Cut it out.
Yeah, and then the thing about it is like, so this part of the story, it'll run rampant, and then you find out what really happened. And that part doesn't travel. That part wouldn't travel as much as the news.
No, nobody cares about that.
But also going into all of this, I already knew that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like.
It's okay. There's people saying your name, and you got an album out.
Yes.
So it's all right.
Give or take. Yeah.
What do you want people to know about the album?
I think it's really just, I want people to know it's just an honest, vulnerable body of work, really.
It feels like that, too. It doesn't feel like you tried to make something to kind of fit into a space or a mold. Yeah.
And it's kind of hard for artists to not do that because they probably have just label people or anything around them pressuring them to make a certain type of music.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm just like, oh, this is what it's going to be.
Yeah. Because I don't know, because you have connections with people. Like early Drake was an early supporter, and you have a relationship with Justin.
Drake was my first feature ever.
Yeah. And so I just wonder what that, because it's like a label, let's say.
Right.
Oh, let's do this type of record, this type of artist. Right. And has that happened? Have they tried to kind of do that, or has anybody kind of tried to push you in that way?
I mean, I've definitely said no to things for sure.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. And I think I'm going to have to say no to more things in the future. Yeah. I said no to so many interviews as well. Like,
why? No thanks.
They was just asking me, like, who would you want? And I was like, please, if we can, I would love to talk to Angie. You just make it seem like, because I watched it, and you just make it seem like a safe space.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
That's what we try, right?
You're right.
I don't want to hurt. My intention is never to hurt anybody.
Exactly.
It's never the intention. So take me back to Drake jumping on this song for you. This is a big deal for somebody who just came out of Bubba Gump.
One song out at the time.
Yeah, you have one song out. You just fresh, probably your hands still, some clothing in your house probably still smells like the restaurant. There's got to be things in the house that still...
Oh my gosh. No, so at this point,
And Drake is getting on your joint. How does that happen? What is your reaction? And what is the relationship?
So the way it happens is I'm invited on a tour. Uh-huh. And at this point that I'm invited, I have no music out. If that, I have 2 songs from 2018, and it's 2020.
And whose decision is that?
To go?
Yeah, no, to invite you.
Oh, I opened for Snow Allegra.
Okay, got it.
And
she picked you herself? Yeah,
I'm assuming. Yeah,
she's so dope.
Yeah, she's sick. She took me on my first tour ever. And so I'm like, oh, I don't have any songs, so I drop a song the first day of tour. But also, I don't have any music to fill up my set.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? Each city, I'm going to freestyle. I'm going to freestyle in Atlanta. I'm going to freestyle in LA. I'm going to freestyle.
How does that work?
I was just going to get up there and just like say something.
Sing about the specific my eyeglasses?
To the city. Exactly. Something specific.
You could make a song about my eyeglasses, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Probably.
Okay. And then, so the first city was Chicago. And I was like, I think instead of just singing it first, I let Chicago know. I'm like, Chicago, I'm there tonight. And I posted the freestyle. And then I just posted it quick and then took it down. And then I sent it to my managers too, like, this is what I'm singing tonight. And our managers are from Toronto. So they're friends with Drake already, which is a blessing in itself. And he just sent it to him.
And he just hopped on.
it. And I was like, wait, what?
Right. Did you meet and talk, or?
Not at that point, but because I was already on tour. But since then, yeah, multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drake hopping on your songs like a game changer. It's like a life-changing thing for a new artist.
Yeah, it's not. It's not a normal thing.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Especially for a brand, like, it's just not. And it still doesn't feel like it was that long ago. It's only 2022, but that was just like 2020, 21.
Yeah.
Something.
You have no features on the album either.
No.
You could have.
Easily, yeah.
So what is that? What is the thinking behind that?
I'm still very new. I think people think I've been here for a while. It's literally my debut album.
Yes.
Like the last thing was
EP,
just two EPs, yeah. So this is my first full body of work. And the story is just too personal. Like I can't imagine telling this story and then having someone else on the song as well.
Yeah.
Especially someone who probably don't even know what I'm talking about because they don't know the story.
Where do we see you? Like, where? Because you have a very specific sound and you're in a pocket.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this is the pocket and this is who you are, or do you feel like 2 years from now, I'm just curious musically where your career goes from here.
Yeah, no, I definitely have a larger palette for just sounds and tempos and all this, but the consumer now is just so unforgiving.
You got to give them something.
You have
clear.
to put the medicine in a peanut butter, if you will, and slowly feed it to them.
You said tempos. Does that mean there may be like a Giveon up tempo?
Yeah, I would love
to dance. Can you dance?
Dance? I mean, I can't make it up, but if someone's like, enter, like,
you can put it together.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna follow the ones and twos.
Some people that try that and it's not good.
I have rhythm outside.
You have rhythm, and some people you could see them counting.
Yeah, like especially like TikTok. I'm upset. I'm addicted to TikTok. Honestly, I'm going on a break. Like for the next week, I'm not getting on.
What's your favorite
TikTok?
TikTok?
I'm saying it right now, it's just like this dance where they just be like, they be doing the blick thing. I'm pretty good at it, I can't lie.
So you can dance?
Yeah. I just can't make it up. You know how people just be
freestyle dancing? You're not a choreographer.
Yeah, I'm like, how are you just thinking of that?
So what do you do when you're out, like dancing?
Oh, I just try to be like swaggy.
A swaggy?
Yeah, act like I don't care that I'm there type.
Right, yeah.
Well, not really care, but I'll just be like, no, so that if anybody see me, they're like, oh, he don't really care. I'm like, nah.
He's cool. He don't even care about this.
He's cool. Just like with a glass of wine, but in my head, I'm like, God damn. Karen, like a hella Karen.
That's so funny. Karen. Where are you with like, I don't know, relationships and love and all of that now? Because this is a big part of your craft.
Right.
Like you got to make good choices or you got to make bad choices so that you can make good songs. Like where are you with this?
Yeah, that's.
What type of choices are you making out here? What type of ladies do you like? Are you single? Are you single?
I love I think just I'm big on funny.
You like funny?
Yeah, because I feel like you can't say that you think you're funny, like so, but I think I could be kind of funny. So like if someone makes me laugh, it's like all right. And I think it takes a certain type of wit to be funny. So that means you're kind of smart. And I like just like quiet and more reserved.
On the inside, on the outside.
Right. And just like
she don't care, like you don't care.
Yeah, but it's also tricky because now it's like it's in a weird place of how do I know if you like what you want? And it's
Yeah, you're just beginning like the fame part of it, and it's been a couple of years, but it's still kind of fresh for you.
Yeah, but for me, I know it'll definitely be like something very private. They can't be in the same space as me. None of that.
Oh, you're not trying to have like
no.
a celebrity relationship?
Never. No.
Okay, it works for some people.
Definitely, but I'd rather like
low.
Yeah, like a nurse or
a nurse.
Yeah, or a lawyer or something.
Smart girl.
Yeah.
I like that for you. All right, so what do we need? So album is out. Is there touring happening? Is there touring happening?
Oh, yes. So I am actually touring like starts the middle of August.
Oh, dope.
And the last time I was here, it was my first headline tour. And it was just one night at Urban Plaza, which was like so sick. But now I'm doing 2 nights at Radio City.
Wow.
Within like 8 months.
Dope.
So I'm just like, wow, it's crazy to see it like double, if not triple actually, in size. So, yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you so much.
So they can see you at Radio City if they're in New York?
Yes, August 19th and 20th. And if anyone else see it, I'll be coming. People that be like, I'm coming to a city near you.
You better get your promo on.
Yeah,
Don't be afraid to promo.
Yeah, well, also, just like give or take tour. I think it's if not yet, sold out. Anyway, so.
Okay, cool. So, what else do we need? What else is future? Give me 5 years from now. What are we looking at when you?
So 5 years. I think within that point, I'll be able to expand my consumer's palette of whoever listens to me. They'll be able to, at that point, I would have done the work to get them to accept me on different sounds. And I just want the venues for touring to keep growing. And that's just like career-wise. I just want to like just build. I'm literally just getting started. I think it's just my very first intro into everything just felt like such an ascension that people forget that I'm an extremly new artist.
You're a baby.
Yeah, like.
Do you have anybody? Do you have good people? I know you said your team is good, but have you had, I don't know, like anybody kind of walking you through this? Any other artists that have kind of like put you on the game or?
Artists, I mean, yeah, I mean, whenever I have like a question about something, like Bieber is always a call away.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Is he okay, by the way?
I was talking to him the other day. He's fine. I mean, it's a process, but he's good.
Good. Thank God. He's younger than you, right?
I think we're around the same age.
In my mind,
if not
he's still
a year,
like
but we're
17.
both like Pisces.
What does that mean?
I think like it's like a month apart
around
at
the time.
max.
Oh, you're the same age.
Yeah, or he might be a year older.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's a year older.
He's not little Bieber no more.
Yeah, I know. It just gets stuck.
So what's the best advice he's ever given you?
I think it was about when I was about to do my first headline tour. He was just letting me know, like, just be in it. Just be in it. And Jimmy Jam, just like a legend. I just ask him, he just give me just like big uncle, just like advice of how to just think. But I think my mom did a good job though of just because this
clearly.
Yeah, I don't think this space isn't even really too different from just life in general. You know what I mean? And don't take things too serious, and like find your happiness in the most boring things. That way it never gets old. Like, it sounds like I'm dissing my family, but that's what I love to spend my time doing. Just like my aunties and uncles, just like, and my family's like hood and ghetto.
And you said you have mad brothers, right?
Yeah. I have like 3 on my mom's side and like
You're
one
not sure?
on my, you know what I mean? But it's just like, that's my favorite place to be, just at like an unorganized ghetto barbecue. Like,
I'm having a barbecue. You should come. It's a little organized.
Okay. It's not ghetto enough for me.
It might be.
Yeah.
It might be.
What is it, an Angie barbecue?
Yeah, it's Angie summer barbecue. I do them every year. I have one in July 30th.
Oh, you really having one?
I'm really having one. If you're in town, you should totally come. It's a good time. I promise you.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'll probably be there. It
you should pull up. We should definitely pull up. We have food. We have drinks. It's good vibes.
So, I mean, yes.
You can invite your family. You can invite all 17 of your brothers.
Right. And cousins and aunties and uncles.
Come
but
on
stuff
down.
like that, like just that, or like going to a museum or just like studying film or stuff like I just try to keep it simple. And that I think that's why my gratitude is always at an all-time high.
That's dope. We'll keep it there. Well, it's great to meet you today. Congrats
nice to meet
on
you.
everything.
Thank you so much.
Album is out. Tour is coming to New York. August, Radio City.
Yes, Radio City, August.
What else would you like to leave for the good people? Make sure it's good because you got to give them something good.
Right. I mean, my album, if you can, just listen to it from top to bottom. No, without shuffling. Oh, my people who shuffle you guys are something else.
You guys are nuts.
Yeah, you guys are nut jobs for sure.
You hate a shuffle.
What? Why are you shuffling a song?
Yeah.
That's like going to a restaurant and it's like laid out and you're like, I'm going to just do this. Like, that don't make sense. It was cooked separately for a reason. You know what I mean? It's not cereal.
Don't you ever in your life shuffle Giveon's album.
Right. I'd rather you skip than shuffle.
Really? You prefer a skip?
I'd much rather you skip a song than shuffle the songs. Much rather that.
Because a shuffle is just disrespectful.
It's just, what you doing?
Who raised you?
Really? It wasn't my mom. It wasn't. But I think I just want you to listen whenever you find yourself wanting to listen. And yeah, you know what I get a lot? I get asked for advice which is like tricky because
about what?
Just like
relationships?
No,
music?
just like probably not relationships, but just like even like if it's a young artist, and if there's a young, like you said, me watching your J. Cole interview, it really did something for me. And if hopefully there's a young artist watching this, I'll say, before you start to show people, make sure your craft is at a place where you really feel like it's undeniable, because you kind of almost get one impression. So get your craft to the best you could possibly get, and then try to start to show your peers. I mean, hide it from everyone, even your family. Like, don't even tell anyone yet until it's ready to go.
Till it's cooked.
Till it's cooked.
Yeah.
Because then it's like they might say something that affects you and stops you from getting to the place you were going to eventually end up developing.
Oh, that's a bar. I feel that. I'm a big fan of blinders on when I'm like, when I got to figure something out. I can't deal with too much noise.
Nothing.
Because it distracts the process.
Easily, especially if it comes from someone you respect.
Yeah.
That could really throw you off.
All the way off track.
And it's not even their fault because they just heard it when it wasn't ready yet.
Yes.
So just try to be ready before you tell anybody.
He left you with a bar.
Yeah, I had to.
There it is. Giveon, everybody.
Thank you.
Spot 105.1.